Before I start this video, I just want to reiterate my condolences for MF Doom's friends, family, and his fans. I'm not trying to hop on any type of bandwagon by reacting to his albums after he died. I just want to appreciate who he was, as I learned a lot more about him upon his death, and I'm sad that that was my avenue to finding out who he was exactly, but I really want to appreciate him now and provide his art on a platform like YouTube. So enjoy the review. Let's get on to it. What's up, music fans? My name's Jackson, and today I'm going to be reacting to Food by MF Doom. Now, after listening to Madvillainy, I was definitely anticipating my next listen from this guy, and looking over a couple different options, I settled on this album for a couple reasons. Firstly, it came out in the same year as Madvillainy, and people consider this to be his second best album. I'm definitely super excited to get into this one, especially with the whole themes and the ways it resides around this idea of food. I personally love food, who doesn't? So I'm excited to hear this. We're going to start off with Beef Rap.
Yeah, don't wait for her, man. Don't wait for her. I'll tell you what, man. Come with me now, and I'll get you some lunch. I'll hook you up with something. I got a little time.
As well as comfort for you. I'd really like some soup.
Really awkward.
Okay.
Oh, food at last. Thanks for the drink.
The young traitor who is trying to turn my people against me. Watch him. I have special plans for that one.
Beef rap can lead to getting teeth capped or even a reef just to change your diet. It can lead to high blood pressure if you fry it, or even a stroke, heart attack, heart disease. It ain't no starting back once arteries start to squeeze out the toilet. 2 batteries, some Willow and some 4, he'll boil it. You'd be better off if you seem glued, and it's a feud, so don't be in no TV mood. He wears a mask just to cover the raw flesh. A rather ugly brother with flows that's gorgeous. Drop dead joints, hit the whips like bird shit.
Incredible start. I love the little chippy choppy little beat, because Doom's smooth but also really gritty voice works incredibly well, and the erratic different sound effects that come in through the production. That was a great first track. This is a very poor attempt at beatboxing, if that's what it is.
I got this girl and she wants me to duke her. I told her I'll come scoop her around 8. She said, that sounds for MF Doom. He's like DB Cooper, out with the moolah. I let her get her out, but I treat her like a daughter. Taught her how to bust a nut and the heat to turn beef to horse meat chalupa. Teach her how to hold it. Of course he was the... See, most cats treat her like food. He's running down to All-Star Weekend to ball. I'm coming with the U-Ball.
Another great song. I don't know if I like Beef Rap or that one better. It's kind of weird. There was a similar cadence in the beat, and kind of just the awkward flow of it, but then you lace it in with the instrumental and the samples and just the little intricacies of the production, and Doom's voice works incredibly well with it. I mean, if you just look at the way he starts off the songs, and it sounds really awkward, but then by the time you're in the climax of it and you hear everything, you're just like, how does he formulate that idea in his head? Track 3 is Potholders. Oh. Okay, I get it. Like, it's hot, so you need a potholder.
I strive to be humble, lest I stumble. Never sold a jumbo or cop chicken wings with mumbo sauce. Tyson is a foul holocaust. Hitler gash your
what? These old things, about to throw them away. With the gold rings that make them don't fit like OJ. Usually I take them off with oil and always to die. You need to hold horses, it's bigger fish to fry. You're on the list, if not, hit the number spot. 10.5 Tim's is made to kick your bumper clock.
These bars are dope.
F-150 quad cab, but I'll be straight. Money get listed. Got it. What happened? Oh, it's not lit. These metal fingers be holding my shit.
When I was 4, I penned essence of God's presence thick. Unlike vapor, ester roll, extra roll, word to the baker. Peace to the hard-working gingerbread bakers. Looked up and down, said, too much makeup. Poor music taste, 10 years for being grown up. The labor and its wages. You know, death. I'm serving life from this gift of God. Don't forget your pot holders, my niggas.
Okay, first of all, obvious 3 for 3 so far. That was 3 dope songs. But Count Bass D, that was a great feature. He really reminded me of Andre 3000, actually. But I love how he did something that I see Doom do a lot, and it's after you end off a particularly good verse or performance, he says it with the kind of phrase that the song is based off of that kind of ties it all together. So I'm thinking of accordion here, or meat grinder, where, you know, he kind of ends off the verse here by saying, don't forget your pot holder. Like, that comes off with such a sense, it comes off with such a sense of, like, confidence, like, I killed that, and you know I killed that, and it just makes the whole experience a lot better. Track 4 is One Beer. Ooh.
Alcohol doesn't tell
Doom's
me why.
singing voice, man. I can take it or leave it.
There's only one beer left. Rappers screaming all in our ears like we're deaf. Tempt me, do a number on the label. Beat up all the MCs. I ain't horse it. You leave it on your face, forfeit. Across the mic, hold it like the heat. He might toss it. Have to get cutting like truancy. Matter of fact, not for nothing. Right now, you and me, looser than a pair of Adidas. I hope you bought your spare tweeters. MCs sound like cheerleaders. Doom came to do the thing again.
I like
no matter
this.
who be blinging. You do it for the smelly hubbies. Seeds know what time it is. Take it from the dude who wear a mask like a tarted helmet. He plots shows like Rob.
I mean, the like little shrill screams did grow on me while I didn't ever love them at any point in the song, but I liked how the beat kind of went back to that little kind of jivey, back and forth, little mischievous jingle, I guess you could call it. Probably my least favorite so far, but in no sense of the word was that song bad. So we're definitely 4 for 4. We're going to get into Deep Fried Friends.
As you call them, they call you when they hit some trees for the blunt, to G's for the front. Send me a letter or better, we can see each other in real life, just so you can feel me like a steel knife. At least so you can see the white of the eyes, bright with surprise once they finish spitting lies. Associates is your boys, your girl, your brother. Be too nice so people take you for a dummy. So nowadays he ain't so friendly. I'm real choosy on what I choose to let you see. You telling me I try to act broke. Jealousy the #1 killer among black folk. Fellas be under some type of spell like crack smoke. Ghetto Cinderellas lead them right to your stack low. Just be a sad note to end on. The guns we got is some come in the form of codependence. A lot of times only end up being co-defendants. 10 bucks say they tell for a lower sentence and leave you in glory.
It took me a second to catch that co-defendant's line, but whew, these bars are dense. Let me run that little refrain back. That was kind of dark. That was definitely my favorite. Was that some political commentary from MF Doom? And then, like, it sounded like he was rapping mostly about fake friends, but I, you know, like that bar about jealousy or something like that, kills black people. That was deep. And I didn't get the Deep Fried Friends title entendre at first, but now it makes more sense. I mean, that song was about fake people. And that, you know, I replayed that little refrain about, I don't know who exactly that was in the sample, but, you know, it's like, you think you have friends, and then, but you can't depend on them. And, you know, that's a theme that's always going to apply. Track 6, Poop Hut Platter, only about a minute long.
Eyes, you're going, you can't let it go.
Hey.
Nothing comes between me and my masters.
What is it, Father?
These footprints were made by the Flying Monkey Men.
But they've never straightened
He's not gonna rap with this.
Yes, that is what disturbs me. Perhaps you will listen.
It's such a big flex for a rapper to get a beat or an instrumental that sounds really good, put it on your album, and then just not even rap over it, just use it as an interlude. Track 7, Filet-O Rapper as well, only about a minute.
Whenever I'm expecting a lot of company, haven't had a lot of company in a long time, but if I were expecting some, I'd whip up a really substantial meal. You see how strong I am? From eating all of this stuff. Good healthy meal like this. Now that's what they call...
Sounded like Doom was kind of on his Dwight Schrute there. Was he talking about beats? Other than that, I mean, really just ditto what I said for Poo Putt Platter. It's a good instrumental. Kind of wish I heard something from Doom there, but hey, we're moving on. Track 8 is Gumbo.
You gotta work your gums on this, but it's very good. It's very healthy.
Not perfect for every situation. Both packed in a larger package, and in that case, the rap would actually...
3 skits, interludes in a row. Should I be paying attention to the interludes more? Do they really contribute to the album? Let me know, because I'm honestly not. I just want to hear Doom perform, which, is that wrong with me? Maybe. But hey, we're getting on to Fig Leaf Bicarbonate.
I come up with a dandy glass of this bicarbonate of fig leaf. That'll set me free, I'll tell you.
Edible wrappers made in grocery stores are seen as luxury items. You've heard of cook to the last drop? Well, your food is simply cook to the last bite.
That was loud. Help to you all. Over this way.
He's really not gonna rap on this.
Yeah, do it, Doom.
Okay, 4 not really songs in a row, and my only complaint with this album so far is that he's just making us want it so bad, because that instrumental sounded like a more simple version of the Imperial Walk from Star Wars. That was so sinister. Doom's voice would have sounded incredible over that. It reminds me of a demented version of like the Fancy Clown beat as well. So that's the only thing that's disappointed me a little bit so far, but hey, we got 6 tracks left. We're getting on to Con Carne. You know, what interests me about this song is that there's also one called Con Queso, but you know, it sounds like how you would say in Spanish, except instead of having a C, it has a K. Oh, and even with the last track, Cookies, that one has a K as well. If you know what that is about, could you please let me know in the comments?
Darker than the East River, larger than the Empire State, where the beast who guard the barbed wire gate is on the job, not my fate. Tired of the liars, flyers scatter,
Really elegant
isolate the
beat.
wires.
Super
Straight flyers,
smooth, oh my
not the vice
gosh.
grips. A real price saver way to acquire nice whips. What a steal, break the fast Ramadan, transact on drama. Oh, come on, Barney. Clack, clack, hard me, whack, rap, Carney. Can't defeat the children like Sally Struthers. Alley wisdom, wilder than the Nile. Old power like the Great Pyramids of Giza, and stay leaning like the Tower of Pisa. Give him something he can feel. Faster than the 7 seas, bigger than Mount Kilimanjaro. If they don't know, fill him in tomorrow on the horror show. A mental note, return Bob's record. Swear to God before he gets anywhere.
Love that instrumental. The Barney line was also tight. Something about like killing Barney, and then it's con carne, because you know, like steak or meat in Spanish. That was tough. This guy, MF Doom, when he gets on it, he just does not take a breath. I find myself wanting to pause it, but then I don't, because he just drops bar after bar, and I can't really form cohesive thoughts because I'm still reeling from the last thing I heard. Track 11, Guinness's, features, is that Angelica? And 4 Eyes.
Running desperately low on food, they were forced to turn back.
If the last beat was elegant and smooth, this is just another step up.
I despise him. He intends to destroy all of us if I persist in refusing him. Even now.
Shaitan never came so ill. He got skill. Met a brother from the grill that gave my spine chills. All 33 nerves, stress, frustration, empty rhetoric. Cold as winter in Connecticut. Compassion like in deficit. Thought it was love, like sent from above. Not a soulmate, but ways and actions of a primate. Who by lowest fantasy, getting bitten by reality. Oh, purple heart, love, lettering, morphine.
Is he singing?
Anything on the front line as casualties in the line and the POWs get left
Dude.
mentally scarred for life. I should have deaded it from Genesis instead of hitting the Guinnesses. Now I'm free falling, cursing at your street hole.
This is my favorite track.
So deep got me aiming for your throat, sniper scope. Worried we supposed to elope? Proposed in your painkillers, drugs, and medicine. Anything just to forget the hurt. Take cover, hit the dirt on the front.
Was that Doom singing on the hook? You know, I can see people slamming Doom for singing that chorus, but, you know, at the end of the day, for me, with vocals, you don't have to have the best sounding voice. If you give effort and you are vulnerable with the way you deliver your vocals, it sounds good to me. You know, people like Mac Miller do that a lot, or even Kanye West, where they just sound good delivering the vocals. It's not even about their voice. That woman rapping was amazing. The flow, she's just floating over that beat. That was just a super pristine sample and instrumental paired with just a really elegant performance from the two. Definitely the best mood on the song so far. Track 12, Con Queso.
Give it a sec for the pain to start this record. Once they get to know us, people dig us. Leaders in the fight for equal rights for niggas. Inventor of the more demented, the flow lay low and eat it like beef patty, cocoa bread, con queso. If you say so, lace the whole case. They wear a metal mask in case his face show. Told to follow. Tie him up in the crib and leave they place hollow. Oh shoot, the goose is loose. So wild you couldn't chase it down with straight fruit juice. Frown like the first time he takes goose. Stash the deuce. Troops asking truce. Today on intense rec, available to freaks and pencil neck geeks. Train the same brain to an insane train of thought.
That's it. 2 songs in a row. I didn't think I'd be doing this.
Boom, reschedule my noon with Brick Mule. In love with Mary Jane, she's my main thing. Pulled her right from that web head, what a lame brain. Maintain the same.
Dude. I pulled out the white flag twice in a row. First of all, that web headline was dope. He was obviously talking about Spider-Man and his relationship with Mary Jane. I don't know precisely what the lyrics specifically meant, but man, that like kind of mischievous beat, it sounds like the anthem to like a troll or something. And he just goes in. He doesn't stop. Did he take all that in one take, or did they edit his lyrics together? Because I don't know how he went that long without taking a breath. I can't really think of much else to say. We're going on to Rap Snitch Niches. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Man, Rap Snitches, man. Shit is bugged out, man. What the fuck, man? Niggas running their mouth. Telling anything. Rap snitches, telling all their business. Sit in the court and be their own star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. Fuck around, get the whole label set up for years. You be their own star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. Fuck around, get the whole label set up for years. Tight profile, low. No star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. Fuck around, get the whole label set up for years. Rap snitches for years.
So there's rules to this shit. Fools didn't care. Everybody wanna rule the world with tears for fear. Yeah, tell it on the mountain hill. For a lab down south in the Little Beast. So much heat, you would've thought it was the Middle East. A little grease always keeps the wheels a spin.
You know, first of all, I find it ironic that somebody based off of Dr. Doom and somebody named Mr. Fantastic have that much chemistry on a song. Man, he rode that beat. The chorus was incredible. That intensity, the confidence, the like thug delivery just made it come across so, it all made it come across with such authority. And then Doom comes in and he's rapping on the same cadence but a bit faster than Mr. Fantastic, and it gives a nice strange change of pace to the song. But usually when I say change of pace, I mean it slows it down, Doom just sped it up. That 3-track run was incredible. If Vomit Spit and Cookies can finish it out, this might be one of my favorite 5-track runs of all time.
It's the beat. You hear it in the street sometimes. Flare it in your Jeep so your peoples can stare at the rhymes. Blues on L juice, snooze on hell loose. Break it, take it like the good, the bad, the ugly. Break it rolling through your hood in the caddy buggy. Better than some funky socks. You need to get her some skips before she catch the monkey pox. Instead she wanna hear the beatbox. Busted in, blessed be the Lord. Who believe any mess they read up on the message board. If so, I get a cheap skater who keeps data. Say he stays self-medicated to sleep later. Side effects are similar to sugar pill. And made his exit on some calm shit. Begged him on the regular for kegs of more vomit spit.
See, there it is again. You see how he ends off his final verse by, you know, taking the title of the track and just looping it all together? That's what I mean. Like, he knows how well he did, so he's just gonna be like, damn, I'm gonna drop the name of the track and just be like, this is what it's about. That's what the entire thing I was rapping about was. You didn't understand it until I just said the name of the song. I mean, every lyric he writes means something. He never just writes it just because he needs stuff to fill up space in the song. Everything has value in some way, shape, or form. And you don't see that anymore.
It's horrible. One little evening alone home, end up with carpal tunnel syndrome.
A lot more robust beat than the other ones on the album.
A metal handful, wiper on the quilt. Wife wake up and I'm killed over spilled milk. Locked in, looking at your picture. Hope one of his people's hook him with a tri-pack. There's 3 different flavors: chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry wafers. Acting all hard, about to get beat up. I'll show him what time it is once I get this.
Okay, so obviously this song, I'm seeing the theme is purely just relating different things to sex, purely cookies, but hilariously explicit. I'm loving it.
Down, all I hear is 13 cell, get the sheet down. Damn, CO, what the hell was...
Yeah, I definitely should have been paying attention to interludes, because they definitely have a purpose.
He must be mad.
Wow, man, that was food. Well, I'll talk about cookies first. You know, like I said earlier, just about sex, but the thing with Doom is that his lyricism is on such a high level that you don't really mind when his subject matter is rather shallow like that, because he makes it deep by these clever words. The beat and production did not interest me as much as the rest of the album, I will admit, but like I said, the appeal there is definitely on what Doom is saying. I should be revisiting that track as well. In terms of how I feel about this record as a whole, I mean, I hate to start off by saying it's not as good as Madvillainy, because I don't think that accurately represents how great this record is. But it's definitely not. I think there are a couple things missing that made Madvillainy a little bit better, but I mean, just the wordplay, the wacky, erratic production, but at the same time, it's very bipolar, and that some of it is really robust and some of it is smooth. There were also a lot of features on this album, which usually would take away from, you know, hearing the main artist, but they were all so good that I think they made this album a lot better had it just been Doom. The Mr. Fantastic hook, and then Count Bass D, who sounded a lot like Andre 3000, and Angelica as well. Incredible, incredible. Those are 3 of my favorite songs that they're on. The big thing too that I'll say is just Doom's intensity. He did have it on Madvillainy, but here it's just completely different. He does not take a breath here, and everything is just as dense, but he fits a lot more words into a smaller amount of time. The only complaint I have on this album is the long stretch of interludes in the middle. I don't really think we needed that, especially since he could have rapped over some of those beats, but at the end of the day, that's a small complaint that I wouldn't even consider significant. This is an absolute classic, 10 out of 10 from me. My favorite songs on this album are definitely going to be Rap Snitch Nishes, Guinnesses, Potholders, Deep Fried Friends, and I'm going to go with Cone Queso. Rest in peace, MF Doom. Hearing stuff like this really breaks my heart, man, knowing that, you know, you're not around anymore to create but also influence these newer artists. But at the same time, I'm glad knowing that your art will be on such a bigger platform and much more in the spotlight now. I hope that the new artists can really take what you did and the passion you had for your rapping and apply it to their own music. And safe travels, villain. I'm really glad I get to experience what you did now. Hey, that's gonna do it. If you liked my reaction, I'd love if you would subscribe and also leave a comment on what I should react to next. I'm going on this kind of journey to educate myself about older artists, but I've also am definitely open to reacting to newer stuff as well. Given that I haven't heard it, I'll definitely put it on the list. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you'll join me next time. And happy listening, folks.